I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. I bees in the trap.
Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. After the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can hear all of my videos, view all of my videos, hear everything I gotta say, that my man gotta say, that my son gotta say, and all of that. So this video is going to be about how do you know when you found the right one. I had a lot of people comment this when I posted like what was a good topic. So I figured I should do it with my man since we found each other, and so that guys can look at it and be like, oh, so that's that's how you know, and then girls can look at my point of view and be like, oh, so that's how I would know, type thing. So in my opinion, when it comes to trying to find like the right one, I think you just know. Like, I really don't look for anything specific, but I feel like once you have like common goals or like, I don't know, I just feel like you just feel it. You can feel when you truly have found the one. Like when you're willing to make changes that you never was willing to make for, somebody in your past or just previous relationships. That to me is how I know that I found the one. What about you, babe?
I was like, I ain't gonna say any other nigga, but I wasn't no lame nigga. I had females, and it wasn't none of them that can get me to, you feel me, settle down and do this. Like, none of them. And when you find the right one, bro, they make you do that. Like, not them make you do that, but you just do it, like, naturally. And it's with no effort. Like, I don't know. Everything was just coming smooth. Like, when we met, we actually took our time. We ain't rushing to nothing.
Yes.
When I met her, I wasn't trying to just, you feel me, get into her pants and shit. I wasn't trying to do that over it. It was just, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna see what she about, type shit. And
you can't come into situations feeling like every single person is the one, or like bringing past issues from your previous relationship into your current relationship. Like feeling like, oh, the last nigga I was with, for my females, like, oh, the last nigga I was with did me this way, so I can't fuck with him, or I know this nigga gonna do the same stuff. You cannot have that mindset. Like with me, I feel like you need to give every person a chance to mess up first. And people are going to mess up, like, but it's up to you to know if you feel like you should give that person another chance, like, for real. So you cannot let a guy walk over you, though. Like, you don't have to lower your standards. Can you hand me that? You don't have to lower your standards because you're trying to find love. Keep your standards what your standards are, because that's how you're going to find the man that you want. Like, if you change your standards based on the guy that you talk to, you're not necessarily finding what you want, So
for my fellas, you can't go strictly off of looks. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we all know you don't want somebody that's just ugly.
Right.
Not to offend nobody or anything, but you don't want nobody, you feel me, like that. So it's like, you want somebody that just, I got everything in common. Like, me and her, literally, like, we come from the same struggle. So
right.
It's like, she relate to everything about me. I relate to everything about her.
Right.
And the shit just be so smooth and ain't nothing forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just when you know, bro. You just
right.
know. Like, you ain't even gotta tell yourself. It's just happening because you happy. You're good.
Yeah. I agree.
And even in the beginning, when you first meet him, everything just flowing, bro. Like,
it's just flowing. Nothing is forced.
You get to know the person more and more off of just natural shit happening. Just happening.
Yeah. You definitely can't be with somebody that you don't understand. Like,
yeah, that never works.
It's not gonna work. Like, I'm not saying that y'all both had to been broke.
Experience.
Facts. It's not that y'all both have to been broke or that y'all both, but you have to understand that person. Yeah. Like, even if y'all came from two different types of things, if you don't understand them, like, if you don't take the time to find out why they're the way that they are, y'all are not going to work, because it's always going to be like, what the fuck? No, he should think like this, or, oh, she should be doing this. Like, no, like, you have to figure out why that person is doing the things they do. Like, whether it's, oh, he never had respect for women for real because his mom, or he don't trust women because his mom, did him dirty as a child. Like, shit like that. You got to figure that out.
Piggyback off of that, like, you got to understand people, you and that person was raised different in different households. So, you gotta try to put their shoe on.
Have to.
Like she said, try to understand them. Like, don't just, it's your way or the highway.
Right.
Try to understand that person. You feel me? Why they doing what they do. They might have been raised like that.
Yep.
Y'all was raised different.
That is very true.
It's gonna be little shit like in the household that y'all just do different because that's how y'all was raised.
That is so true.
My mom showed me one way, her mom showed her one way.
Yeah.
That's
It's about being able to compromise too. Like a relationship.
Meet each other in the middle.
Have to. See how you finished my sentence? Because we here with it, ain't we?
Yes.
So, babe, what do you think? This is another question that y'all gave us. What do you think is the hardest thing about settling down? Or do you think it's hard? And if so, what do you think like the hardest thing is about settling down?
It ain't hard at all. I mean, to me, one thing I tell my niggas, all my niggas that ain't even got a girl yet, like I'm just like, bro, don't settle. Don't settle.
That's big.
If you don't find what you want, or you feel me, what you looking for, you don't gotta be looking. If you don't find what you want, keep it pushing, bro. Keep doing you. Cause that forcing shit ain't gonna lead to nothing but waste of time.
Yes. Oh my God, babe. That is a good one.
So it's like shit. Another thing is, you don't gotta like make it happen fast. Bro. Everybody find their other half at different times in their life.
Yes.
Just because you see a homie or somebody, you feel me, he happy, you think you gotta do it. Nah. Shit. Everybody find their significant other at different times.
That's so true. I would say, I agree. It's not hard at all. Like,
it ain't hard. Like I said, when you find the person, it's just gonna flow.
It's gonna just flow.
This right here ain't hard, bro.
It's not. When you really love somebody,
because you feel me? I don't want to see her hurt because I love her so much.
Right.
And you feel me? We've been through so much, and it's just like, nah, why would I fuck it up?
Right. That's huge.
I don't want to see her hurt. See her hurt to hurt me. So it's like, that's what it is.
He loved me, y'all. And I love him too. I don't do anything to hurt him. I would never do anything to hurt him. I agree. I'm all the way there with him on that. Like, in my opinion, it's not hard. If you want it, it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know. You just feel it and it just flow. Like,
you gotta put yourself, anything you about to do, think about how, if they did it to you.
That's so huge. Y'all know how many people say this and don't understand it. Like, you really got to put yourself in other people's shoes. Like, you cannot just be like, damn, if I cheat, it'd be all right. I mean, it's cool. Because you got to think about, how are you going to feel if another nigga is fucking your bitch? Let's put it like that. How are you really going to feel about that? Like, are you really just going to feel like, oh, it's cool? Or are you going to feel like, I don't even want her no more for real?
If you feel like, if you really don't care that it happened, that she ain't the one for you.
She's not the one for you. Because that shit should eat you up. It should eat you up.
It's just like, if it don't, it's that simple. You look at it like another female.
Yeah.
So that ain't it. That ain't who you looking for or what you found.
It's not. It's definitely not. Oh, living together. That's what y'all asked too. Is it hard living together? I'll answer my part. No. I don't think it's hard living together. There's things that you kind of have to just like he said, like if you're raised in two different households, there's going to be things that each of y'all do different. Like, but for the most part, y'all should be able to tell the other person. Like if it's something that you dislike that your partner do, tell them that you dislike it. Are you going upstate?
And y'all compromise on it.
And y'all compromise. Y'all agree to disagree. You know, y'all agree, okay, my bad. You know, I can't start doing this. Like one thing that he hated that I did, y'all, is when I cooked, he would hate when I would leave the spoon. This was at our old house. He would hate when I would leave the spoon, like, on the counter. Like, I would be cooking something, like, whatever. And you know how you got the big spoon? And I would leave it on the counter. But it was just me. Like, that's just what I always did. I would cook and just sit the spoon on the counter. So I knew he hated that. So then I went and bought, you know, a thing to set my spoon on. So that we could stop having just, like, meat and sauce on our counter. You know? Like, little stuff like that. You just gotta know how to compromise.
What's something I did? Adjusted. I used to, like, she don't like my stubbornness or how I used to be.
Yeah, he used to be so stubborn.
I mean, we get into it and I just don't say shit.
Oh my God.
I'd be mad for 2 or 3 days. And
that was before we lived together. Like, we would argue.
That shit wasn't cool. So I'm just like, and I had to mature more. I'm like, bro, I'm too old to be doing this.
Yeah. He would not talk to me for days, y'all. Like, For real. Like, one time it was like a week that he didn't talk to me. Like, and it'd be something small. Like, I would do something tiny. Well, to me, I felt like it was tiny. Obviously, it was big to him. But he would literally not talk to me for days. Like, and then when we like start being together, like living together too, it'll be times where he would do that too. But literally, as time went on, a whole change. What is it? A 360, 180?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know. But he changed so much. Like, to now, if it's something that we get into it about, he talks to me. If it's something I'm doing that he dislike, he tells me. If it's something that like if he takes something too far, he'll apologize. You know, it's a lot of men do not apologize, and I hate that. Like, if you know you were wrong, man the fuck up and say you was wrong. Like, y'all don't know how big that is for a female to hear you say, even if you say my bad, you don't have to say I'm sorry. My bad. I ain't have to do that. You know, my bad. I took that too far. That is so important. Don't just sweep stuff under the rug and just wait till your girl get over it, or think you can just have sex, like make up sex, fix everything. No. You need to actually say that you apologize. Like, you have to say that. And women too, we got to do that shit too. Like, we think that men are just hard and that we don't have to. No, you need to tell your man when you did something wrong too. Like, or if you know you did something to frustrate them, you step up and you own your shit. My bad. I ain't have to do that. I ain't have to trip that hard, you know? Stuff like that matters. This is a weird one, but this is what somebody asked me. How did I know I was ready to have a baby? That's what somebody wrote me. That's to each his own. Like, I can't tell you when you're ready to have a baby. Me, though, I knew I was ready to have a child when, I don't know, just let him answer it.
You knew that
We was in love.
That's
what I was gonna say.
You knew for sure that I was all in.
Yeah, because honestly, y'all, like, I knew that I would never, like, okay, so before I got pregnant, I would say like a year before I got pregnant, I was like,
you thought you was, and she went to the doctors, and you feel me, and got tested to see if she was.
Right.
But prior to the conversation, she just like, I don't want to do this if you feel me, if you ain't, like, I don't want to bring no child into the world if it's, you feel me.
Because I, like, me personally, I knew I didn't want to bring a child into a wrecked home. Like, I wanted my son to see real love. I want him to experience what, you know, I want him to see a man loving a woman growing up so that he could, you know, follow those steps. So when me and him was in a rough patch and I did think I was pregnant, I was like, honestly, I was like, no, I'm killing it. Like, I'm not having a baby and then having to be like, oh, he's got a single mom. You know, like, if it was up to me, I wasn't bringing the child into that situation. But once we got back together and I noticed that he was all in, like, I never second guessed him being a father because he already had a daughter. So I knew he was a good dad. But at the end of the day, I knew I wanted both parents in my child's home. So, for me, it was just like, once I saw that he was all in and that he was all in, like, and it took like a year of us literally, we needed to be consistent, you know, not, oh, we gonna argue and you gonna leave. Like, I needed to know that we gonna get through shit. If we argue, we gonna get through that shit and we're gonna keep our household good. Like, so I made sure I knew that first, and then here we are. So really, I think every person is different. But if I had to give advice, it would be to make sure that you have a solid foundation. Finances is important too. Like, you do want to make sure that you are able to take care of your child. I'm not going to say wait until you reach to have a kid, because some people would never have kids. But
make sure you're ready.
You don't want to bring a child into a struggling situation. Like, if you already struggling to pay your bills and put clothes on your back, food in your mouth, don't bring a child into this world and then struggle with them too. I know it's not an option for everybody, but
be responsible when y'all having sex.
Yeah, strap it up. Strap it up. Ladies, get y'all birth control. I was on birth control since I lost my virginity all the way up until I wanted to get pregnant.
Don't just be laying down with any nigga if you ain't really gonna have a kid with him.
Facts, because you cannot leave it. Yep. Yep,
Shit, condom or not,
that's true.
that shit can happen.
Let go. That is true. I can't really think. You got anything else you want to say, babe? Well, y'all, I think I lost y'all question.
You gonna edit this out. You know, like, you talking.
I'm definitely gonna edit this out.
Still trying to talk to me. You know, edit and make it pick up like it didn't never happen.
Yep. Glad you know. Well, guys, like I said at the beginning, like my video, comment on my video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get more about hair, about being a mom, and about being in a nice, healthy relationship.